Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. Today is Wednesday, January 24th and today is my first day of prep. I am literally starting prep today and it's so weird, it's so wild to me, and I am not posting about the start of my prep, so this video will be coming out, I don't know when I decide to kind of like say it. And I wanted to just take this like first video of my prep series. I'm just literally making my pre-workout right now, so I'm just gonna chit chat while I make my pre-workout and my intro workout and pack my meals for the day because I'm heading to go do glutes and hams right now and then going straight to class. And I just wanted to make this first video like a little chit chat about my thoughts, my mindset, everything going into prep this time around, because I think it's very different from past preps. Just kicking off the prep series for when I start posting. The first thing that I guess I'll talk about is mostly why I'm not going straight out and being like, it's my first day of prep, happy first day of prep, whatever. Honestly, I think it's because I'm going into this prep in such like a week by week, day by day basis. And for the first few weeks, I just want to be dialed. I just want to be executing. I don't want to be worried about like, oh my God, like, am I ready? Do I think people are saying like, whoa, why is she starting a prep? She's not big enough. She's not dense enough. Does she think she's going to turn pro this season? Like, I don't want to allow myself to even entertain the idea of other people's potential negative energy. And I want to solidify in myself 100% everything before I open up about it. I think that like I'm taking this prep so day by day and so week by week until I feel in my heart and soul that nothing anybody says could like penetrate my skin. And I think that I need a little bit longer on prep to toughen up that skin, to grow more confident in this decision. And I don't want you guys to think that I'm going into prep thinking I shouldn't. And I don't want you to think that I'm going into this prep not confident, because I am in the best fucking place that I've ever been. I had check-ins this morning. I'll put the pictures up here. This is the best my shape has ever looked. I weighed in at 127.8, highest my food has been. I'm in a great fucking place, okay? But I just, like, I need to just dial into this prep thing and continue to do it for me, myself, and I until I get to the point where I'm like, nothing anybody says could faze me. Right now, I'm like, it's literally day one. I don't need to risk anything affecting my tunnel vision for the next 18, 19, 20 weeks. I'm not going to talk about what shows we're doing because everything is tentative. We're still taking it week by week. But I'm going to actually start making this pre, and then we're going to talk about my mindset going into this prep. Okay, just really quickly, 2 scoops high volume, 2 scoops prolific. I'm going back to the sour peach candy. I've been on the guava kick, but I'm going back to sour peach. I did order it because this is what I drank in my 2022 prep, and I just kind of want to get that nostalgia. It's prep, baby. I'm excited. So 2 scoops sour peach, 2 scoops sour apple, and salt. So I think one of the biggest differences is that in the past, the way that I've handled my off season, I've never had the level of control, of discipline, of consistency that I had this off season, and I've never had the level of like comfort in my skin and where I am in life, like truly just in a great place in my life. And therefore, in the past, like I would count down the days to prep. Every check-in was like, I want to prep. I would like yearn for prep as like the phase where I could have control over my eating behavior, where I could feel good in my skin, where I could get lean and shredded, because that to me was like the most important thing that it was just the most important thing to me in the past. And it was something that I like yearned for, and I would do it for the sake of getting lean, and I would prep for the sake of being on prep more than anything. Obviously, turning pro, doing well at the shows was like almost number one priority, but if I'm being so honest with myself, I prioritized being on prep and getting lean more than the end goal. And that's why I kept going into preps. And that's why when I got into preps, I would like cling on to them. And I basically entered the prep with this mentality of like, I am seeing this through. If it's the last thing I do on this earth, like I committed. And it's like, obviously prep is a huge commitment, and I'm not going into it with any less level of commitment, but I'm just going into it with the mindset of like, okay, I am prepping, I'm giving it my all daily, but every check-in, if that goal ends up being a little bit further away than it should be, we can switch, we can reverse, we can grow, we can correct course, we can completely change path. I do not need to step on a stage for the sake of stepping on a stage. I've done 15 shows. I don't need to prove to myself that I can do a prep. I've done a 40-week prep. I I don't need to prove anything to myself by seeing a prep through for the sake of seeing a prep through. And I think that that is so different this time around, because this time around I'm really like focusing on how every single week is getting me closer to that goal of having that pro-worthy physique. And if that stops being within reach, or if it's further from reach than it should be, we can grow, we can stop prep. And I think that that's huge, and that takes a huge pressure off of me, I think. And I'm going into it almost like less attached in a good way. I'm not going into it any less like dialed and driven. Like my execution day to day doesn't really falter like ever. I'm just going into it with less of this like pressure. And I think that starting off not being open on or posting up everybody's assholes about it on social media is also helping that. I think the other thing is that because I've proven to myself that I don't need a prep to be so fucking happy with everything that I do, how I live my life, I execute like a pro. I am a pro in terms of my actions, and it's just a matter of the card. And I've never proven that to myself as much as I have this off season. So the idea of like, if it's just not looking like it's going to be there somewhere along the line and we got to switch to an off season, that isn't this huge revolutionary change of like, I'm quitting prep, so therefore I'm entering this phase of misery or of being, you know, out of control of my actions, of my food relationship, or all of that. It's just, okay, a little bit more calories, a little bit less cardio. Like the line between prep and off season, being in prep and being out of prep, that line is so, it's like this gradual thing versus being this like stark dichotomy that I used to have of like on prep and off prep. And that's the next point, and I think pretty much the last point that I really want to talk about today, which is that in the past, starting prep would be like day one, start prep. It's this completely separate thing, bubble thing in my life. It's I'm on prep, and so much changes in terms of everything, in terms of my level of adherence, of accuracy, what I do, what I don't, how I feel, like so many things would change. It was like this revolutionary thing in my life, like, oh my God. And that's why I craved it, because all these things would change for the better, right? This time around, I'm like, cool, today's day one of prep. Literally what changes? I hit my macros to the gram 6.5 days out of the week. Steps executed to a T. Meal timing executed to a T. I bring my Tupperware with me every single place that I go. I will eat it anywhere if it's not my free meal. Lifts, I give my fucking all to. Cardio is executed to the second. Like, I have not missed a beat. The only thing that's really fucking changing today is the fact that I won't get a free meal this week. It's not this like dramatic change in my day-to-day that because I started prep, like so many things are gonna be different. It is literally everything staying exactly the same minus one meal a week of flexibility. Give or take like 2 free meals a week. Like that's, again, it's that line between before it would be like not on prep, in prep, like stark, definitive line that divides the two concepts. Right now that line is like, I'm not like pressing a button and stepping into this whole new world cage. I'm literally like breezing into it because nothing is really changing. Like, I think the biggest difference that's changing, at least just today, because it's a Wednesday and I'm hitting my macros the way I did last Wednesday and the Wednesday before that and the Wednesday before that, and I did my cardio and my check-ins and I'm going to class and I'm bringing my Tupperware and I'm killing my lift. Like nothing, like in terms of today on a Wednesday, nothing is changing. The biggest difference is that this morning, my handful of shredded lettuce that went into my breakfast, I actually weighed that. And my dollop of vegan whipped cream on my protein pancake tonight will also be weighed. That's, I think, the genuine only difference that is gonna be implemented today because I'm on prep. But, okay, so I gotta make my intra and then I really gotta go to the gym. So, intra is gonna be 1 scoop of intros. I got questions as to whether I'll take this on prep. Literally, yes, unless I'm eating like poverty carbs towards the very end of prep, which I honestly don't know if it'll get to that point. I've never prepped with Shelby. And unless we're at that point, I will probably always use at least 15 grams of carbs for my daily total for a scoop of intros. It's gonna make all the difference, especially when I'm low cal. I do not want my training sessions to be compromised, and this is gonna help prevent that. And as always, a scoop of creatine, and of course I will still take creatine on prep. I don't think anybody's asked me that, but in case you were curious, I don't really change my supplements on prep. So, just recap as to how I'm feeling going into this prep. I'm feeling very like at peace because I've kind of just come to terms with the fact that like I've done the work, I've done my due diligence, but also I'm not attached. I'm not putting pressure on myself to do any one specific show, to do any one specific prep, to even finish this. And I don't want you guys to think that this is like I'm going into it undedicated because I'm going into it thinking like, oh, I might just stop at any moment. No, I don't think you understand the level of my day-to-day execution and dedication. And because I've employed that daily, it's just not that I'm just going to continue to employ that. The only difference will be the protocols I'm given will be harder. I'll have less food. I'll have more cardio. But, you know, I've done up to 3 hours and 20 minutes of cardio a day on a past prep. Bring it the fuck on. You know, we can do hard things. No fucking pussy shit. I'm not trying to throw little slogans at you guys, but literally, like, I've been down this road 15 times. Fucking bring it. It's not a matter of whether I'm willing to or will or won't do it. Because the answer, like, tell me to eat rocks, I'll eat rocks. Like, tell me to do 8 hours of cardio, I'll do 8 hours of cardio. It's not a matter of whether I'll do it. It's a matter of, does it make sense to do this for the result we're getting? Will the result be the result we want? That's kind of where I'm at. So with that being said, happy day one of prep to me. I'm very excited. My friends have all like texted me today saying happy day one of prep. I sent my check-in to Shelby this morning. She is in PST time zone. She lives in California. So there's a little bit of usually a delay. I mean, it's still early even here-ish. So I'm waiting on that response. I don't know what will change. I don't know if I'll get food drop today, if I'll get cardio added today. I don't know. I'm a little bit nervous because I do be hungry lately and because I don't really want to do cardio, but I'll do it. I'll fucking do it. I don't think that's the question here. So with all that being said, I think that's pretty much what I wanted to cover. I wanted to cover why I'm not blasting it up your asshole just quite yet. I wanted to cover how I think it's different from other preps in terms of the mindset and the why. And then also just how prep in of itself does not feel like this revolutionary different thing in my day-to-day the way it used to. And I've never had an off season like this for as long as I have. I've never had the shape and the physique that I've had going into a prep, finishing off an off season. I've just never felt so at peace. And the last thing, thank God I remembered because I knew I wanted to cover this. The last thing is I cannot take for granted the support systems that I've had in the past during my preps. But I don't think I've ever had the support system I will have during this prep, like directly in my vicinity, in person, surrounding me every day. So in the past, I mean, all my best friends, most of my really, really close friends have all lived really far. My friends are scattered. I went to school overseas or high school overseas. So my friends are kind of like across the world. And I've had incredible support from them at the tip of my fingertips. And my roommates in the past have always been incredibly supportive of prep, all of that. But I've never prepped in a like strictly bodybuilder gym while going to school surrounded by people who are bodybuilders or are serious resistance trainers who are invested in prep, who are supporting me. Literally, Gretchen sent me a whole voice note yesterday saying how she's starting a new phase and like her training switched up a little bit and she's like going a little bit harder on her adherence. And her voice note was just about how she's holding herself accountable to this because it also helps her knowing that her holding herself accountable to her own protocols will create an environment for me that will help me be successful on my prep because of the type of people you should surround yourself by. And that message to me was so special. She's literally saying, I'm dedicating myself to my goals so that I could be a person that you deserve to be around and that deserves to be around you. She said something along those lines. And that's so fucking special. Also, shout out Gretchen. This is basically be a video that's like a love letter to Gretchen. Because one of my fears is that my relationship with food will take a tumble. It's never been this good. It's never been this good for so long. And I can't pretend or go into a prep blindly acting like a prep will not potentially compromise that. I'm doing everything in my power to maintain a good relationship with food. But I did express to her that I was terrified of like binge urges coming back. She was like, I'm gonna make you a key to my house, a copy of a key to my house that if you ever get the urge, you just get in your car and you drive to me. We'll sip on a Diet Coke and we'll watch a movie together. If I'm asleep, just come in. Like, get yourself out of your house where you're alone, you know? Little things like that. I woke up and literally all my friends from school had like spam me saying happy day one of prep. Like, I feel so supported by people that I see minimum 3 times a week, every single week. 4 times a week, every single week. So, it's just It's different. I'm feeling grateful, I'm feeling lucky, and I'm feeling ready and calm. I think above all, I'm feeling calm. I mean, I'm anxious as hell, I'm nervous as hell, I'm excited as hell, but in a calm way, if that makes sense. So I gotta shut up because I gotta pack my meals, head to the gym, kill my first leg day of prep. Slay. Literally have to pack all my little meals for the day. I'll do a quick fit check and then I'll shut the fuck up. So fit check. I don't know why I love doing long sleeves under my t-shirts, but I do. No Pussy She hat, Young LA for her long sleeve, Young LA men's for girls, I don't know, pump cover. Young LA for her seamless shorts in this bright pink that I have not worn like bright colors like this in a really long time, and black chucks. So that's the day one prep fit. I'm gonna end this here. The next video will be a grocery haul that I filmed yesterday when I got all my groceries for the week. Also, Erin, got a message from Erin this morning saying, happy prep day one. She sent me a Venmo and was like, let me cover your groceries for your first prep haul. Like when I tell you I'm the luckiest girl on this planet, I'm the luckiest girl on this planet. Yeah, okay, gonna shut up now. I love you guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what else you wanna see. I'm so excited. Once I start posting this, I am going ham on the videos, so let me know what you wanna see. Let me know if you have questions. I love you. Let's do this thing. We can do hard fucking things.